Oh, that's actually tasty. I don't think I've said that about beer before. Drink responsibly, kids. Big news, everybody. The entertainment industry's little secret is finally gotten out. Have you noticed Sabrina Carpenter? Have you even noticed Chappell Roan? Or maybe you can just think about self-determination through the protests that you've been seeing on the news. It is the era of self-determination, and I'm going to take you through a guide on how to be the best you can possibly be by utilizing these industry secrets to promote yourself and boost your confidence. This is the time that I realized fame is often phony. Join me, won't you? So originally I wasn't going to make this video, and I sure as hell wasn't going to make it this way, but I thought that you all deserve some raw honesty, and I thought that you all should know these things, because honestly they are equally the biggest thing right now that annoys the hell out of me and also motivates me at the same time, because I am going through a time in my life with my channel where I'm trying to rebrand and I'm trying to figure out how to be my own individual, how to be my own self, how to do what I ask you guys to do in every tagline at the end of the video about, being your own guide, following your own movement, and just trying to create your own momentum. And honestly, I just wanted to be encouraging whilst also kind of being vulnerable and sharing the fact that I'm going through my own struggle. But these are the tools that I try to keep in my toolkit to be motivated, and I'm hoping that they will help you to stay motivated as well. So this whole video was originally intended to be about music, about sound, about the way that this retro sound is making a comeback. And why is it making a comeback? Why is Sabrina Carpenter making a music video with Dolly Parton despite not even being a country artist whatsoever? And all these different things, like Ariana Grande reaching back and making house music effectively with Yes and. All of these different sounds are very old, they're very old school, they're very retro. And I honestly love that that's making a comeback. But why is it making a comeback? It's making a comeback because a lot of these artists, Sabrina in particular, are trying to capitalize off of your nostalgia. Now, that's kind of the basis, that's the foundation, okay? We've taken the bricks, we made the little Minecraft house, we're no longer living in the hut in the middle of the forest. Did I just hit you with some more nostalgia? Did you start to think about the first time that you played Minecraft and how you lived in that dirt shack just trying to get by, trying to scrape up enough, diamonds or whatever you're trying to get hold of, just to get to that goal, trying to reach that thing that seems so unobtainable? Maybe for you it is a subscriber count. Maybe for you it's that job that you've always been wanting. Maybe it's just wanting to have financial stability and independence. Maybe it's just wanting to pay off your student loan debts. And honestly, I get all of that. But the first way that you make a move towards trying to free yourself, trying to express yourself, trying to be your own individual is with branding. You have to be intentional about being honest with yourself about who you want to be. And honestly, this was kind of the crux, the pendulum that swung back and forth with this video, because part of me wants to call out all this fakeness, all this phoniness, and everything to do with this entire topic as something negative. But the whole philosophical point of this video is to say, is it really negative? Everybody is constantly reinventing themselves. Most of us do this in high school. Some of us do this in our 20s. And I think a lot of people are starting to do this into their 30s and 40s. But you really, by your 30s, should probably, in my opinion, just my opinion, have a solid foundation and idea of who you are and who you want to be and where you lie in between on that spectrum. Now, it does seem that artists like Sabrina Carpenter actually do love the sound that they are trying to recreate. The same for Dua Lipa. She's made a lot of stuff using interpolation, and honestly, it's been really cool to hear that sound reach back into my parents' childhood, go and pull it all the way up to the front right here into the future, and bring it forward for a new generation. I think that's absolutely cool. So there can be positive elements to Reinvention, and they can be very genuine. But there is one thing that sticks in my craw. There is one person that has been bugging me with this whole facade. And I want to show you the opposite end of the spectrum, where the phoniness and the fakeness can start to be a little bit toxic. Yeah, we'll just call it toxic. The other side of the spectrum is people like political pundits who try to paint themselves, try saying that 10 times fast, as people who are relatable, as average Joes, Jills, Janes, whatever you want to call it, just average, ordinary people, like John Legend. But jokes aside, there is somebody who has been sticking in my craw lately as somebody who I thought might have a moment of clarity, might have a moment of hope, might make a comeback that would be so significant and so relevant for trying to bring everybody together and show that there is a way to have reasonable discussion and discourse about the things that we disagree with, even if we're not, pushing ourselves, or especially when we're not pushing ourselves to our extremes of one end of the political spectrum or another. And that was Brett Cooper, and I'm so thoroughly disappointed. Now, I know there are going to be a lot of Brett Cooper stans in the comments section, no pun intended. They're going to have a lot to say about this, and they're going to get really butthurt, but please, I beg you to listen and hear me out. Do what Brett would actually want you to do if she put her money where her mouth was, and listen to somebody who has a different opinion than you. Please and thank you, because actually, if you know me well, you know that I am a big Brett Cooper fan. I love that she is somebody who is right-leaning but can stay towards the center and actually have reasonable discussion, usually. But I thought that her channel was taking a deep dive off of a cliff with the Republican nonsense of just kind of basically becoming, as people keep, joking, Ben Shapiro on heels, honestly, and just kind of regurgitating the same Republican talking points that you hear every day. Now, this is purely, like I said, a disagreement of opinions. I actually like Brett as a person. I think she is an amazing representation of how a homeschooled kid can turn out completely normal. I think she is an absolutely wonderful person who wants to raise a beautiful family, and I think that she just has a different idea of goals in life than maybe I do, or maybe a lot of other people. But at her heart of hearts, I think underneath the bullshit is a good person. But the fact of the matter is, you can't piss on your viewers and tell them that it is raining. Look me in the eyes. Come here, get close. Look me in the eyes and tell me that you believe that Trump is a class act.
Of course, our politicians have also helped further those narratives on the world stage, and amidst all of the chaos and the division and the hatred and the vitriol, it really felt like we had lost sight of what America is supposed to be, what we fought for almost 250 years ago. And so with real, genuine joy and class and strength back in charge,
The Trump campaign says an Arlington staffer decided to physically block members of President Trump's team. A cemetery spokesperson points out that federal law prohibits political campaign or election-related activities within Army National Military cemeteries.
There seems to be a sense of relief and genuine patriotism that so many people have not felt for so many years.
That he is just absolutely phenomenal. You're bullshitting me. You want to feed me this narrative that suddenly, because Trump has come into power, that America is now great again? You want to feed me this narrative that the entire left is just basically mad and wants to stay mad? That we don't love our country? That, we are just anti-American in every sense of the word? That all we do is sit around and piss and moan and complain? That's been your party for the better part of Lord knows how many years. As long as I've been alive, Republicans have been bitching and moaning about everything from Obama's tan suit to I don't even know whether or not the sky is blue. But the thing is, that's painting with broad strokes on my part and on yours. And that right there is the rub. We have to stop using these big brushes to paint everybody into this corner, into these camps that we like to put each other in. This is not fruitful, it's not conducive to good conversation, and it damn sure isn't really quality content, because truthfully, I think Brett Cooper is a smart enough woman to know that what she's saying is bullshit, but she doesn't want to admit it. Why? Because this persona, which is really, I used to think that it was a persona of centrism, but I think this Republican persona of, barefoot pregnant Stepford wife is kind of, her main brand now. And honestly, I'm just wondering if anybody feels the same way. Is anybody else disappointed? Well, if you are, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this video. It helps me to understand what you guys want to see, and it helps me to create better content. And with that said, let's jump into the final topic, and that is, I don't know what to do with my channel. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Do I want to keep making yap content like this and channeling my inner Brett? Or do I want to make gaming content? If I make gaming content, is that something you guys want to see? Let me know what you want from me in the comments down below, please. I love hearing from you all. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you're gonna do. Game on. Be your own guy or gal. Stay queer, quirky, nerdy, if it applies at all. I love you. Bye.